Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you how to engrave using this simple engraver on a hammer bit using a rotary tool to add details to your work with absolutely no engraving skills. So I went through and drew some designs using this little piece of turquoise, and this is the one that I ended up wanting to use. And originally I wanted both sides to look like this, so I just did one side and I was going to go into Illustrator and mirror it because drawing that would be very difficult to get it exactly right. But I realized that it looks better with it kind of like this. And just ignore the line that goes through everything. But this is the one we're going to be using. So I'm going to cut this out and put it onto a piece of silver along with this one, and then cut them out using a jeweler saw. I'm going to be doing all of this on a 0.6 millimeter piece of sheet silver, and this is 925, that's why I have all the writing on here. I'm going to do some piercing cuts through here to cut out the inside of this one, and for this I'm going to just outline it, and that's it. I'm not going to cut into any of these lines. You can if you don't have an engraver and you want to add detail, but at certain points, like through here, you can't. It would just cut it in half. So that's what I'm going to be showing mostly in this video. Alright, so with all that cut out, I need to engrave this. I'm going to do it before soldering it together. So I need a way of holding it onto here, and I don't want to use the little pegs because it will actually bend this. So I'm going to use something else. So this is what I'm going to be using. They're basically little plastic beads that you heat up using hot water, and you can form into whatever you need. So there we go, it's all cooled down now. So all you need to do is heat this up and push this in. I'm just going to use a torch real quick. Alright, so it's all in there. I need to let this cool all the way down because it's still a little bit pliable. And then I can start engraving. Alright, as you can see, I already burnt off the paper, so there's no lines or marks for me to go off of. So I'm just using the paper that I printed so I can just draw in the lines real quick. Alright, you can see the scratches in there now. Kind of hard to see because of how the lighting is set up, but whatever. Alright, so you can pretty much do this with no prior skill. You're going to need practice, of course. This is a tool and a technique, but you can cut in basic lines. I basically just go up to it like that and tip it in, get it set, and then kind of hold it at an angle and go across. So there we go. And I basically just need to go over the entire thing. And you can add all these lines into your work after soldering if you wanted to, or whenever. Alright, so I have all the pieces done, and as you can see, all the lines are cut into this now, and it's completely flat on the back. I need to solder all this together, but that's not what this video is about. So it's mostly about showing how you can use this to add all the line work in. So this is a very simple setup, like I was saying before. So this is the H15 handpiece. There's a H15D. This entire part here is a spring, so you have less rigid area. And I think that'd probably be better for this, but you can also use one of these. And for this end, it basically just screws into the end of this, and you can change out your graver by just undoing this screw. Or you can even change the screw out because they give you extra pieces. So there's little grub screws in here that will make it all flush. It comes with a bunch of tools, and then I have some extra gravers that don't come with the setup, but you can buy separately. So very simple, and it's also probably the cheapest way you can get into doing this, seeing that this is about $55, and if you get it along with a handpiece like this, it's a little over $100. And if you already have a Fordham flex shaft, it just plugs right in and you're good to go. This hammer handpiece will also allow you to set bezels really easily and other stones because it has different bits for it for doing that. So it's one of the most versatile and cheapest ways to do it. If you do get one of these, I suggest practicing a little bit, like I did on coins. So I was just playing around and seeing if I could just follow lines and stuff like that, and you could see the different places where I actually messed up, but it gave a really good feel for how to use this. And this is just a penny, so you can go through a lot of these and get a lot of practice down. So I'm going to finish doing this now. I'm not going to do any commentary on it or anything like that. I'm just going to show it all being put together. So if you want to see that, continue watching. If not, I'll see you guys next time.